Welcome everyone to LCY Presents. Today I'm with DK, and we're going to talk a lot about R&B probably.
Yes, more than likely.
So, first thing, I want you to introduce yourself to the camera, to tell people kind of like a little bit about yourself, like as an artist, like what do you create?
I'm DK, originally from Birmingham, Alabama. And
What part of Birmingham actually?
I've lived on different sides of Birmingham. I come from the Winona area on the west side of Birmingham, and I've lived in different areas. So east side, west side, north side. A lot of people know me.
Well, what's your favorite side?
My favorite side is the whole city.
Okay.
It's the whole city,
it was
Birmingham.
Not a trap of a question. So, but anyway,
that's a good one though.
So, just to kind of give you, I guess, a little bit more for viewers. So,
okay.
For people who have not seen the music video that I shot for him, Put It On Me.
Yes. Great video.
DK is a very, I would say, prolific R&B soul singer.
Oh, thanks.
Because like,
I appreciate it.
People don't make in this city the type of R&B that you make anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like that, more like bedroom, like.
Right.
Come here, girl, like it's time, like kind of music.
Right.
For right now, I don't know if you have anything planned further than that type, but like on your new EP, which we're going to get into.
Yes.
That's the vibe that I got. Listen to it from start to finish.
Oh yeah.
So, do you want to dive into you more personal, or would you like to go more into like your to your album first?
Let's go to the album.
So I just listened to your album. Let me get my phone. I need to know these songs. I know like 3 of them, but
okay.
But like, so we're going on to your album, which was actually fairly well produced.
Yes.
So first question I was going to ask you is who'd you go for most of these tracks? Because it's
wow,
it's stellar, dude.
I got to give it up to my boy John Ivory at
shout out John Ivory. He's done for me.
Regime Records. Shout out to him
And Big Nasty.
Can't forget about forget about him.
Big Nasty's the boy, man.
Can't forget about him. John, he did a great job on the album. We had fun in the studio. Every song that we did had fun. With John, I mean, if you listen to the album, when you listen to the album, it's self-explanatory. John is a good producer, good mixing guy, and it was fun.
Yeah, he does that literally with, I feel like, every artist that like comes in there without actually like a true ambition to like make something.
Yes.
Like for all the artists that I've done with, like all the way from Day Day, Ken Radin.
Yes.
You can have like either screamo rap, or you have singing, you have R&B, you can have just straight hip hop, or you can even have just like tear up the club kind of music.
Yes.
You can walk in the regime and they can most likely get your sound exactly how you're wanting it.
Yes, I agree.
And at a fair price too. Like
I agree.
We're not going to talk about prices, but like
I agree.
If you're in Birmingham, definitely hit up the regime.
Get at them.
Let's go. You're welcome, Big Nasty. You're welcome.
Let's go.
Took enough of my money. But anyway, going into that, okay. When you're in the set, when you were in these sessions, like, are you freestyling these, or you write all your songs?
I write all of my songs. I do everything myself, and that's it.
So
I write everything.
Now, do you usually knock them out? Are you like a bar for bar, or a part by part, or do you kind of knock it out in just one take?
It just depends on how I'm feeling. It depends on what's going on inside of me and how it's coming out.
Okay. I mean, I feel that. I feel also like the big part of R&B that I grew up listening to, because you make more of the music I grew up listening to. Mm-hmm. Like, when people listen to this, like, what I'm about to say is going to make more sense. But when you listen to the EP, it has that, like, Confessions, like, Usher, like, early 2000s that, like, no one makes anymore.
Wow.
Which I really, like, fuck with. Like, Usher is great. Like,
oh, yes.
Like,
oh, yes.
Like, I can't
King of R&B. Shout out to Usher.
Yeah.
In my book, I'm sorry, Chris Brown, but hey, Usher,
No, Usher
I'm sorry.
over Chris Brown any day.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's a whole debate in itself, but like,
oh yes.
I hope Usher never makes a 40-song album that I can't listen to. Like,
right.
Like,
right.
So, But Chris Breezy, shout out to him, I guess.
Yes.
But anyway, so kind of going more into the album. So you're sitting there and you're writing this album, and we talked about like these videos. You want to make them more conceptual. You want them to be part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yes.
And you want to kind of build this like relationship with this girl.
Yes.
Kind of like Usher did in Confessions.
Yes.
But like it has a really good kind of story base. Now the album is not conceptual, or is it conceptual? Like, does it have a concept to it, or is it kind of just a bunch of songs put together?
It has a concept to it. There's a flow in the EP. Yes.
So there is. So
yes.
Now, when you're like going down from the songs, like, did you? When I used to do music, I like to do the first song and the last song, and then build the middle. Mm-hmm. Did you do these in order, or
the way
kind of random?
The order is random. When I wrote them, it was random, and that's the order of them came together in the end. As I came to the close of the album, that's when the order. I was like, okay, it flows this way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that's a normal way of doing it versus like how most people nowadays just make songs.
But that's how magic is, Yeah. You put it out there, it's gonna come out right.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like that's one thing I wish artists did more is they would pay attention to a body.
Yeah.
Versus, but singles is the kind of way to make music right now. It's like you just make a bunch of singles and hope you pop off one of them.
Right.
But I feel like in R&B, I feel like it's just not that way. I feel like you have to make your own voodoo or something like that. Like you have to make that one record that
no doubt
that can live. I mean, because like
yes,
D'Angelo. I mean, he has one album that everyone cares about.
Brown Sugar Baby.
Yeah, and then after that though,
yeah,
like he dropped like another album 10 years later or something.
Somewhere around there.
I mean, Bryson Tiller.
Great artist though.
Bryson Tiller just did the same thing. Like Bryson Tiller just dropped an album.
Yes.
But no one cared, and then no one cared since he dropped Trap Soul.
Right.
But when Trap Soul came out, it was just crazy.
Yes.
Like, people were like, "Oh, I've never heard anyone like this."
Yes.
I guess that Kentucky or something.
Oh yes, I'm on that bandwagon right there.
Yeah.
I like Bryson Tiller.
That was really good too.
Yes.
Yeah.
He came out with one a few days ago.
Something that I think would be really cool for you is because on the album it's strictly like singing and R&B, but you I don't think you switch up to like what Bryson Tiller does. Like he almost like kind of raps in a couple things. Not sure if you can rap.
Oh yes.
I feel like you can because you're like, how old are you?
Oh yes, I can rap.
How old are you?
36.
Yeah, you better be able to rap. At 36. Come on.
Yes, I can rap.
2 Chainz age when he made True Story.
Exactly. Yeah, I can rap.
So, but I think that would be cool, especially when like I know your rapping voice and your singer voice are completely different.
Actually, check it out. I have a rap verse on the EP.
Is it the one that says no rap?
It's a song that's Wetter number 5.
Oh, it is on Wetter. You do rap on Wetter.
Yes.
Why did I forget
Check it
that?
out.
I forgot that you rapped on Wetter.
Check it out.
That's like one of my favorite songs too off the album. the intro and Wetter are easily the top songs that I think everybody should listen to off that tape.
Check it out.
It's so good.
Okay.
And so you go by DK, which obviously is a play off your real name.
Yes.
Which you don't have to say your real name for anybody.
Right.
But so why'd you call the EP DKMode?
Because everyone has their mode and their way of doing things.
Yeah.
This is mine. This is my mode. This is my way of doing it.
Yeah. So you're not a savage though.
No.
Well, I mean, I guess kind of.
Well, it just depends.
It depends on how you look at it.
Right. It depends.
It depends on what the girl is feeling, I guess, that day, and then that depends your mood. But I think that's what I just like about R&B is that like you don't have to be traditional in R&B. Like you can literally talk about almost anything.
Yes.
But the thing that I like that you do that most R&B people don't do is I like how you stick with it. You don't try to do something different every single song. Like at least you keep a consistency that. Whereas, like, if you're most R&B singers, they'll like try to like flip it or make like this radio song and stuff like that. Which I don't think any of the songs on this album are made for radio. You literally just made 5 songs that you thought were cohesive and they could really go somewhere.
Yes, that the people will enjoy. You know, putting out a piece of myself, hoping that everybody enjoy it.
Yeah, I think "Put It On Me" is a great first song for people to listen to. But I think when people hear the opening song and then they like make their way down and they kind of hear it in the mix of the album, it's completely different. Like just like how like you shoot a music video and the music video makes the song better usually because it like gives you the visual of like what you're talking about. Which, you know,
and the video and
on the back. You know?
Oh yeah, the video. Hey, perfect. This guy did an excellent job.
I still think it's funny because like some people still don't know what I look like, but I look.
This is what he look like, y'all.
I look like this.
This is what he looks like,
and I make works of art like that.
Right, it's important.
Almost seamlessly, like it's like literally no work at all.
Hit him up.
Just
Instagram, Facebook, book him.
Just tell them, you know, give the people a little bit. Like, what is it like working with me on set?
Fun. Just like an ordinary day. He's a good guy to work with. I was very relaxed. I felt confident. I felt good in the work that he was, the service he was providing. I mean, it was a great experience.
It wasn't the Jose Cuervo either.
Right. It wasn't that. We had a great time.
Everyone knows you're an R&B singer. Yeah, great. But what made you an R&B singer? So, like, what really, like, because obviously in Birmingham, you're a decade older than the people starting, or almost 2 decades now compared to, like, the artists that I shoot videos for.
Right.
Which, you know, is a advantage and a disadvantage in some kind of sort. I mean, you can support yourself, which most of the younger kids can't.
Right.
But, you know, it's like, you know, does age kind of matter in that kind of sense? But at the same time, it kind of builds you into something that I think no one in Birmingham can be because you have all these experiences and you have all these decades of music that they will never know about.
Right. See, with me, the thing is, like, I never really look at it as a R&B singer and R&B singer thing. I never really pay attention to anyone else like that.
Yeah.
I did this EP because I always knew I could, and I always had the talent to do it. And so one day I was like, okay, you know, let me put this talent out. Let me really pursue it and put 100% effort into it. And let the people decide where it goes from here.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm doing now. If I write better than somebody, you know, that's what it's gonna be. If I produce a track that's better than someone else, hey, I can't hold back my gifts.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, but hopefully no one would ever want that. Like,
right.
man, you gotta slow down, man. You get in.
But
blah,
some people, hey,
dude, the people that pocket watch though are always the people that never make it.
Right.
Because
that's
like
so
to be a mogul or to be actually like creative in a sense, like we can talk about Kanye being crazy all day, but Kanye will step boundaries, and that's why he's where he's at.
Oh yes.
Step boundaries.
Oh yes.
And you know how many people hate Kanye?
It's a lot of people who don't like him.
People.
Right.
You know what? People still gonna vote for him.
Oh yes.
Like, I mean, like
if he runs for president, a lot of people are still gonna vote.
Oh, he is running for president. Conan O'Brien voted for him today.
I'm ignoring the fact that he's running for president.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We're not the political views don't matter, but
right.
But that's like a perfect example of someone that I think more people hate Kanye than love Kanye.
Right.
But like, you know, then you have like Jay-Z on the other hand, and Jay-Z is like the super prop. Well, I guess a lot of people hate Jay-Z if you're a Beyonce fan, but like that's you know, beside that.
Well, I like Jay-Z.
I like Jay-Z too, regardless of what he did to Beyonce.
I like Kanye too, but it's just that, you know, little side stuff. We don't even get into it, but you know, the political side, I don't like that. But him as an artist, what he's brought to the table, you know, big ups to Kanye, big ups to Jay-Z.
I get a lot of hate when I tell people my favorite rapper is Kanye.
I
get a lot of hate for it.
Wow.
But you gotta remember, I'm about to be 28. Kanye came out in 2004. Which is like one of the peak years of hip hop. Like, you know, you in 2004 you're getting like you had Eminem, you had Ludacris already coming, and you're getting like that whole wave, and then Kanye comes in with a sound that no one has.
Yes.
And then he's spitting like the most just like he's making the most like just talkative bars that and over the best beats, and then he makes College Dropout, which no one can knock College Dropout. Then he makes Late Registration, which is my favorite Kanye, and then he just banger. Same with like when I tell people like Ludacris is one of my favorite rappers.
Right.
Ludacris, man, back for the first
Ludacris
time,
is the man though.
Word of mouth, beer, chicken and beer, red light district.
Oh yes.
You're like, dude, like this dude just keeps dropping like these Southern classics that will that probably are gonna get overlooked in the future.
Oh yes.
But like he's one of those rappers that made it. Same with like Jeezy. I'm in middle school and Thug Motivation 101.
101, let's go.
And it just like you see Soul Survivor on Sucker Free Sunday and it just changes your life. You're like, oh my God, like I can't believe people making this music.
Right.
But also like so let's see, 2004 I was 11. So in 2004, how old were you?
2004. 16 years ago, I was like 20. Yeah.
So like,
depends on what it was.
so when you're 20 years old in 2004, I mean, what would a freshly new 20-year-old be listening to during that era? Would you be listening to the same thing as me, most likely?
Yeah.
But like
with a little bit of Outkast and
which I was listening
to
T.I. But I was really into like 50 Cent, The Game. I love G Unit. I was wearing G Unit pants and shoes. I was wearing Sean John. Dude, I was like a fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah.
Like, but my mom supported me, so we'd go to Burlington Coat Factory and I would get dripped out.
No doubt.
Dripped out in G
That's
Unit.
funny.
And people would make fun of me so much.
Yeah.
Because I didn't look like this. I looked like a fat 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Wearing Sean John and G Unit jeans and shoes. I was buying Air Forces because Nelly was the shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool though. Just keeping up with the trend.
Yeah, I mean, I was all about it, and then high school happened and it completely changed. But like,
got a little older and everything.
Not only that, just my music changed. Like when I got to high school, I started listening to more like metal, rock, that kind of stuff. Because hip hop, I think that was when hip hop was in that weird era of when it was going from being like them Franchise Boys and big T-shirts and stuff like that, and it was transitioning to like the Lil Wayne era, where like Lil Wayne was on top, like in like 06 to 08, Lil Wayne was getting there, and then 09 hits when he like makes Carter 3.
Yes.
And then like
one of my favorites.
And I just couldn't listen to that at that time because I was just not in that mind state. But Lil Wayne's one of my favorite rappers too.
Oh yes.
But like during that era, I just couldn't grasp like that kind of music that time. I guess it a little bit goes to like people. So like when you're growing up, so because like me and you have, you know, about almost a decade difference in age, and so like when I was getting to high school, I think music really justifies by who you hang out with and the environment that you're into.
True.
Too. Like imagine being in Gate City and you're like listening to country music, like like no, there's probably no one there that's doing that. Like no one's in there.
One.
Like listening
no country
to
in Gate City.
Eric Church or some shit, and like no, like play that Toby Keith. Like no one's doing that. Like so, like I think like based on that, I was living and I lived in Center Point. I've been in the projects over there when I was younger, growing up with my mom, poor shit, and then all my friends I hung out with, all they listened to is rap. I was listening to like Pastor Troy, Bun B, UGK.
Oh yeah,
I was like, I if you look at me, it was funny as hell because you wouldn't know what music.
Wouldn't expect it, right?
Yeah. And so, like, when I used to finesse people at school, I used to sell burnt CDs because I was one of the first people to understand how to burn CDs and illegally sell them. And I would make mixtapes, and I came home one day with like $500.
Wow.
And my mom was like, "How'd you get $500?" I was like, "You wouldn't understand. There's a thing called LimeWire.
Right.
It's pretty great.
Right.
It's making me rich, Mom." And then then I couldn't do it anymore after that. But so kind of getting to you, like, so that's me kind of growing up and stuff like that from that age. So like when you were growing up, was it more of the R&B music, soul music that was really like hitting you to make you who you are, or was it just a little bit of just all of that hitting you at once?
It was mainly R&B. When I was young, I was known for singing Biz Markie, the song "You."
But better than
you got
him,
what I need.
But better than because he can't sing.
Yeah, I was singing it better than him. A lot of people, they They used to hit me walking around the house, but I was like about 4 or 5 years old.
You pull it away a little bit.
Okay, I was like about 4 or 5 years old, so I was always known for singing the Biz Marquee song. You know, you got what I need, and also Mint Condition, Breaking My Heart.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it was titled Pretty Brown Eyes, something like that.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it's so long ago, but yeah, I was known for singing a little different R&B songs when I was young, and I just always been an R&B lover ever since I was a kid.
I mean, I was too. Like, do you remember the first like? Did you used to watch like videos before YouTube, like trying to find them on the internet and stuff?
Well, when I was watching videos, it's BET, MTV. We didn't have
Six and Park.
Right. We didn't have YouTube yet, but most definitely BET, MTV, they showed videos all the time, and I love to watch Jodeci, R. Kelly, Ron Isley, Joe.
It's hard to say R. Kelly now, but
oh yeah, it's hard to say him, but I still respect his music.
Yeah. But he did it.
Yeah,
he definitely did it.
Right, but those were the videos I was watching back then.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I was too. I mean, Chocolate Factory is just crazy album when it came out. I remember when Chocolate Factory came out. Mm-hmm. R. Kelly killed it. Chappelle's Show, I think, made that bigger though. I mean, Chappelle's.
But also I love artists, R&B artists like Bobby Brown. He was real hot.
Yeah.
He's the first one who ever in my book who I give credit to when it comes to rapping and singing as a male R&B artist.
I mean, I
was like Chris Brown, Trey Songz. All I need to take notes, of Bobby Brown because he was freestyling and singing and dancing.
He literally has songs where he like barely says anything almost.
Yeah,
he's like the ultimate ad lib, like R&B, not R&B singer. I don't know what kind of singer he is, just rock and roll, I guess, kind of.
Bobby Brown, can't forget about him. He's in my book. He's R&B.
I guess I would have to listen to more of him because all I ever think about with Bobby Brown is him just being crazy.
Oh yeah, but he's always been the one in my book that came out with the rap and R&B.
Yeah.
And dance all in one package.
So with that being said, like who's your Mount Rushmore of like R&B artists? Who's your
my favorite on the top is Ron Isley all day.
That's who?
Ron Isley.
Okay. Never heard of him.
I love Ron Isley. He sung Contagious. He collabed with R. Kelly with Contagious. He also did Who's That Lady with the Isley Brothers. He also did Between the Sheets, Making Love Between the Sheets.
I feel like I've heard all these songs, but I just can't. I'm not a good name person. I'm more of a I don't listen to albums and remember names on the album.
And he's a legend. Ron Isley is a legend.
But he's your top. He's your first head on Mount Rushmore.
He's the one I studied for years. Like he's my guy. He's the head of my list of R&B of male R&B artists I grew up listening to and studied, and actually use a little bit of his writing style in my music.
Well, I mean, inspiration's so depending on who you're talking to, inspiration is that is the ultimate form of flattering to some people. Whereas my inspiration, because I think I told you that I write R&B songs for some of my artists, right?
Yes.
So I write R&B songs for my kind of artists, but when I'm writing songs for R&B artists, I try to make stories because I think that's what's lacking currently in R&B is people are not really
painting a picture.
They're not really doing that much. They're kind of just saying a bunch of just random stuff, or they want to cuss a lot, right. I think cursing in R&B is kind of lame, really.
I feel like that's why a lot of them are not gaining the fans that they wish to gain because they're not really capturing the audience.
Yeah.
They're just saying a bunch of lines and not really writing, like you say, writing the whole story.
I think the only R&B singer currently that does that I think gets recognition like that would have to be probably Frank Ocean.
Okay, Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean doesn't write any of his music. He just in the studio. They make the song and then he just freestyles it. And Black. Black is my currently. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't know who Black is.
6 Lack. He has the 6 in front of his name and it says Lack after it.
I haven't heard him.
I'm playing it after. He's my favorite R&B singer right now, and he does the Jay-Z method where he writes the whole song in his head and remembers every word and then does it. But he writes it, but he does it in his head, and then he does it verbatim right into a studio, and it just blows my mind. Like I can't imagine having that way of like memorization. But anyway, back to your Mount Rushmore. Like, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Prince.
So I don't really like Prince that much. I've tried many times as I got older, all the way from being a kid. My dad loved Prince, and then I tried to listen to it when I was like 10. I tried to listen to it when I'm like 18. I tried to listen to Purple Rain last year, and I don't know.
But the thing I love about him, his music, is that he was unpredictable.
Oh yeah,
he was unpredictable,
like the Beatles,
and you couldn't put him in a box with what he was going to say and how he was going to express it.
So, do you think Prince is more famous for his music or just for him being
artist? Period. Just him as an artist.
Okay.
Him as an artist.
Yeah, because I don't think Prince has the best singing voice. Like in reality,
he doesn't have the best, but he's most definitely within my top 5.
Yeah.
He's most definitely in my top 5.
Yeah, but he has that.
Do Me Baby changed my mind on that a lot.
Who did?
When he redid the song titled "Do Me Baby." Oh yes, the vocals on that song was through the roof.
He just like actually like really went into it.
Yes.
I want to check. I'll just have to give it another chance because like. Now, granted, though, like forcing yourself to try to like something is not the way to listen to music. I feel like the best gateway into getting into an artist is finding that one song that you can like really stand or fuck with, and then that's the way to do it. Because I mean, there's how many R&B singers have one good song?
A lot of them.
Well, most of them.
A lot of them, yeah.
And then you go and listen to their album, and you're like, where did they lose it?
Right.
So like. That's how I feel like Prince. I only like maybe like 3 songs from Prince, which I guess it's better than none. Like it's better than like trash. Like you can't say Prince is trash. Like you can't.
Right.
It's impossible. He's Prince. So it's like saying Michael Jackson sucks. Like you just can't do it.
Right.
So does that mean Michael Jackson is your third hit? I wouldn't put him on. I think
Michael Jackson is in my top 5.
He is in your top 5.
Yes.
What's your favorite though? Do you like Thriller or Bad more, or do you like Bad? I actually have an original Thriller, by the way. If you want to see it, I have my dad gave me his Thriller record from when it came out.
Wow!
So I have an actual like real Thriller.
That's classic.
Yeah,
that's classic.
But it's crazy because back in that day, like, so you have 5 songs. If you had 3 more songs, you would have a R&B record. Because Thriller's only like 8 songs.
Right.
So, and like you can easily get through it, but the thing is like that album is full of bangers on Thriller, and Bad's a way different vibe though than Thriller is. I feel like Thriller is more of like a movie, and
that's how I feel like if a person gonna do an album, if it's 5 songs, if it's 8, if it's 12, make sure that the music is most definitely good music. Well, yeah. We don't just have to throw out anything, just to see how it's going to do, but most definitely.
Oh, Michael Jackson did that, though.
No doubt.
I mean, him and Eddie Murphy song, I'm not sure if you've ever listened to him when Eddie Murphy made an album.
I didn't listen to it.
I got to show you. It's one of the greatest videos you'll ever see.
Really?
It's bad.
Wow.
It's terrible, but it's so funny.
Right.
I have to show you. Because Eddie Murphy tried to be a singer. Because he had like 2 hits or something.
Yeah.
Then he had a song with Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy can sing. I feel like he does acting better.
I think he's a funnier comedian.
Yes, he's funny as a comedian.
Versus an actor. I think he's a funnier comedian, but he stopped being that. I guess he made
I like him as an actor, though.
What?
I like him as an actor, though, for real.
I feel like when he was in the peak of being a comedian, that's when his acting was really good. And then he made like all those bad movies that ruined like his until Shrek maybe.
Yeah, Shrek's a good one.
Hey, Donkey's like one of the best characters.
I'm always love Shrek.
Yeah. So, so we got. So you have I forgot what you said for the first person, the first artist.
First is Ron Isley.
Ron Isley, and then you have Prince, and then
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, and then
Joe.
Then who?
Joe.
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Joe who?
Joe. The R&B artist Joe. That's his name. Joe.
Joel.
Joe. Joe.
Really? That he couldn't come with anything better than that.
I know, right? But his music is.
What are you listening to? I'm listening to Joe.
His music is most definitely popping.
Is he newer or older?
He's older.
Older. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's flip the
90s.
Let's flip the script because I just don't. We're not going to talk about R. Kelly because I don't want to talk about him.
Right.
And I don't know who Joe is.
Right.
But
and this is before all the accusations and stuff came out by R. Kelly. You know, I can't help I can't but
I wouldn't even say that because technically his accusations go all the way back to
Leah.
To 90s.
Right. And so like
I don't know how
and really I never hung up on it because really like we have, you know, I don't condone what R. Kelly do, but when you have people like who is it, Russell Simmons? Yeah. And his wife, she was like a teenager or something like that, 15 years old when they got married or something like that.
How old is he? But what's their age
he was
difference?
in like 20 plus. And also I think Elvis Presley too. His wife, she was 15 when he married her.
Yeah, we might as well just throw Hitler in there too.
Yeah. so really, you know what I'm saying, when we get to looking at it, there's people across the grid. But, you know, of course, R. Kelly most definitely put the cherry on top.
The only thing that I was saying, the contradiction of that, though, is R. Kelly did it in, like, the 90s, whereas the other people did it in, like, the 70s.
No.
Or 80s. They get
but
married.
Still, time is time. They came back and got Bill Cosby. They came back and got him. So,
yeah,
he was
they
most
got
definitely.
him when his life
And that's bad right there.
God, man.
That was terrible.
Just don't do that. Hey, I'm gonna check the camera.
All right.
No, like, I'm gonna still go. Like, but like for real, why? I don't know why it's such a thing. In like, it's always the people you just don't expect.
Right.
Or it's the people that you super expect.
Right.
Yeah, it's never
both ways.
Like, I don't know, man. That's like the worst part about the music industry is when because music, you become a celebrity, then you just hold this power. It's not even money. It's just the like
influence.
Yeah. So I mean, so anyone that becomes famous, just don't.
Right.
just don't do the things that you're not supposed to. That's a whole.
I think I do things I'm supposed to, but I'm not gonna do anything unlawful when it comes to being with younger women or anything like that.
No, don't do that.
Underage, no.
Yeah, just like your age.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, just like your age. Anyway, let's so we did the old people round Mount Rushmore. Let's do new age. So like, what is your current like R&B people that you liking? Because I have mine. Because I like old stuff.
You said number one, Bryson Tiller. I love his music. I'm feeling Lucky Day. Okay. He's an upcoming R&B artist. I like Miguel music. He's good to me. He's good as well. And it's a few new artists I listen to. Trey Songz.
Did you listen to his new album that just came out?
Who?
Trey Songz. His album just came out this week.
I didn't get a chance to check out the full album. I've been busy. Yeah. And I like to sit down and really, give ear. I haven't listened to it.
He made a Trey Songz album. It's definitely for the women, like that kind of like you listen to.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. It's Trey Songz. But
I was impressed with the Tremaine album. I can't expect anything but better from that album because he really showed up and showed out. That album is actually like how you like it when it plays out as a story.
Yeah.
That album played out as a story. So I like that album.
The Trigger album though.
Yes, that album is.
I think that's my favorite. That was the only Trey Songz album I think I could listen to, but I think that's because he switched it up a little bit. He became more of like he made more of just like a more contemporary artist versus like I can't just listen to Baby making music. Like I can't just do that for like 17 songs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like there's a point where you're like okay,
gotta switch it up.
Like if you have an incredible voice, I mean, why do you think Chris Brown got so far?
You know what I'm talking about?
Like Chris Brown, like there's a reason why Chris Brown is going to stay relevant for a long time,
right?
Because at least he's versatile, like with what he tries to do,
right?
But like my Mount Rushmore, like right now, is my favorite artist is The Weeknd.
I was just gonna mention
The Weeknd is the new Michael Jackson.
He's nice. Yes.
He sounds.
His voice is pure,
just like Michael Jackson. Like on Drake's Scorpion album.
I really want to hook up with his engineers too.
Oh yeah,
They got him coming in so good.
Yeah, it just makes no sense. Like, because you hear him and he gets better from his old albums to his new albums. Like his develops his sound. Like he still sounds the same, but like he goes into it. Now, granted though. He has his music. He has helpers when it comes to like production, and then it comes also to writing too. So you know that song "Blinding Lights." My favorite songwriter is Max Martin.
Okay,
you never heard of him.
I haven't heard of Max Martin.
He's he's literally been writing hit music since 1998 to 2020.
Okay.
And man, he wrote "Blinding Lights." He wrote "Baby One More Time," "In Sync." I mean, like, there you go. That's all I need. All the way from there, all the Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, all this modern pop stuff. He's writing these records.
Okay.
But that's another reason. Like, I'm cool with people writing other R&B artists' like kind of stuff. Like, I would still give the credit to R&B because the singer is what's important to me. Now in rap. It could be it's either or. I don't really care if people write other people's raps really either, but I understand it being worse on that front. But
I wouldn't mind having some songs written for me to sing. I wouldn't mind writing songs for other people
because like some people like if I was to write a song for you, for example, if I was gonna write you a song for you, it would be completely different than all your other songs.
Okay.
Structurally, wording, flow, all of it would be completely different just because I write to what I think a beat should be. I don't write to what you sound like. Okay. That makes sense. Like, that's why I think like my songs work out. It's because like I can literally walk in the studio and you can play any beat and I can come up with the flow, the melody in literally just like 10 seconds to listen to the beat and then come up with the melody. Like one of my favorite things that I've seen from artists lately is like they'll play a beat and they'll just be like, and then they'll be like, I don't know, I don't go. They'll come up with words after they get the melody, and that's how they're constructing these songs. It's like they're not just sitting there writing a song and then trying to make it work. They hear the melody and then they're like, oh man, that's how I'm going to kind of go about doing that. But I'm going to show you Black after this. Black's my number 2. The Weeknd, Black, man, he's so good. I'm trying to think who else I got. Who is making a great R&B right now? I think actually my artist Wakia, man. I'm gonna put her in there.
DK is making good R&B music right now. Check me out. DKMode Volume 1. Go ahead.
You want to be in my Mount Rushmore? you gotta like. By the way, his album is out now. Okay. We're gonna plug it again at the end, but like, it's hard for you to be one of my favorite R&B artists when you have their albums dropped less than 24 hours. Like,
hey, but that can happen though. I mean, dreams can't come true for me. You know what I'm saying? That can happen.
Is that your dream for me? You to be in my Mount
For him,
Rushmore?
everybody. You know what I'm saying? Number 1. Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah. Coming for you, Weeknd. Like, I'm coming for you.
No, I love the Weeknd though.
That's hard, man. He has the
Weeknd is the man. I would love to.
I think production is what does it.
Oh yes.
I feel like being a great so
shout out to John Ivory, by the way.
Yeah, here's another thing. Like so, Nas, perfect example. So like, I'm not a big Nas fan.
Okay.
Lyrically, he's there.
Okay.
Flow, he's there.
Yes.
Production.
Yes.
I don't think he's there. Like, and that's throughout his albums, except for Illmatic. Illmatic's perfect.
Yeah, he needs somebody new.
Because like Stillmatic, Ether, crazy, and then the rest of the album, you're like, what? And then It Was Written, like, everything is there. I think T.I. had like an era when he was kind of like that too. I think Urban Legend didn't age well. Like, you're these prolific rappers that have like all these slang and they have all these like bars and they have that, but then the beats are just so bad. And I feel like R&B is that same way where like if I was like, okay, man, here doing like a like how many times can I hear that in an R&B song before I'm like, man,
get tired of it? Yeah.
Yeah, like like hearing you moan on the song is saying, baby. Like, you know, how many times can you do that? Like,
right.
Now sometimes you need to prep it up. You need to like
switch it up.
Do it. That's why I really like my artist with Kia, because like me, I'm there. I'm putting my hand in the pot, and I'm trying to cook anything with her, because you never know what's going to be the sound for your artist. And I think the same for you. Like you, if I was to play you like a boom bap beat, like a early 90s era, golden era, or new age boom bap beat, would you be able to sing over a boom bap beat and make it work?
Oh yes. Yes. I can do it all. I can do soca. I can do reggae. I can do R&B. I can do hip hop. Yeah. I can do it all.
But I think that's gonna be my progressive notes for you for your next EP.
Okay.
I think from listening to this EP, and you get exactly what you're kind of going for perfectly. But in the same vein, you can't do it again.
Right.
You can do it here or there, but I mean, like, you can't just make another EP that's like this. You need to make
with this EP is just a taste of what I can do and what I bring to the table as an artist. I came in with 14 songs, and I was gonna select and from that list, but I went back and wrote the songs that I came out on with this EP with. These songs were all fresh songs. So in reality, I have 19. I put 5 on here, and I came in with 14. I wrote 5 after. I decided, okay, let me go in the studio and.
But is it worth putting out those old ones now?
Oh yes, it is.
Just make
this time around, it's just a taste of what I can do. Get everybody, to see, hey, he can serenade. Right. He can do something, when I'm riding in my car, hitting the road. He can make a song, that puts me in the mood, makes me want to have a drink and have a good time with my significant other. I wanted this EP to show everybody that, hey, I can do this and I do belong.
I feel like you could do like a DKMode 2.
Oh yes.
Or do a reloaded or revamped or something like that. That way you still stay in that same vein.
Oh yes.
But yeah, those are the kind of, that's going to be like the thing I want. And I think you need to do that quicker. I think you need to do that quicker than later.
Oh yes, it's already in the making. The second album, DKMode Volume 2, is already in progress right now.
Yeah.
When it comes to recording, features and everything.
But yeah, so we're getting, this is the end of the podcast interview, whatever this is.
Yes, sitting around talking.
Chilling
out the breeze
on my $5,000 couch that I just got.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Let's go.
Right? It's pretty nice, right?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, everybody likes a good sectional, right? But anyway, for the audio listeners, I guess you don't know, but really, I appreciate you coming over. I'm glad we were able to get this interview.
Thank you for having me.
Going.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully.
Thank you for shooting the video. Hit them up.
Oh, the next one we're doing is gonna be crazy.
Yes.
So, dumping bigger budgets. Bigger budgets will come out with better results.
Let's go.
So, I want to give this point to plug yourself. Whatever your new ad is. The new ad for his Instagram is at the end of the video, but plug where they can find your music. Yes.
They can find my music on YouTube, at DKMode, and also Spotify. Same thing, DKMode, Apple Music, Google Play. And
are you gonna do Audiomack and SoundCloud?
Deezer. Am I gonna do what? Say it again.
Audiomack and SoundCloud. I always highly suggest doing those two. Those are ones that are really slept on, but like you can make money on SoundCloud, and on Audiomack you can actually link it to your. Do you do DistroKid?
Yes.
You can link it to like the UPCs and the ISRCs, and you can actually get plays, and they would count as streams and purchases.
Oh wow! So we're going to SoundCloud as well.
You do that stuff too.
Let's go.
The album's out now, so go get DKMode.
Go get it.
Support local artists.
Go get it.
And it's going to be better. It's going to be better the more you listen, the more you go, more inspiration.
Oh yes.
And more fans just means you go harder.
And also before we end this, I also want you to give everybody your information. This guy shoots great videos.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Oh, they know. This is gonna be my channel. They know.
Okay, cool. We good then.
Yeah. No,
We good then. Everybody plugged in. Let's go.
Yeah. So this has been LCY Presents.
Yes.
Hope to see you guys on the next one, and
Oh, yes.
love you. Bye.
All right, peace, y'all.